What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today we are at the introduction of a new car brand in the Netherlands, which is NIO. NIO invited us to come and drive their new ET7, which is a large electric luxury sedan. And well, today is about experiencing what it is about. We have a very short amount of time to drive it. We have to be back there in like half an hour, so we're going to do it rather quickly. So a little introduction to NIO. They've been around for just 8 years, and now they are coming to Europe. They've been building cars in China for a couple of years, and they actually even made a very quick EP9 which set the EV car record at the Nürburgring. And well, that was kind of a publicity stunt also to show everyone what they could do. But honestly, 8 years from start to this is actually quite impressive. So today I'm going to show you around it. We'll do a quick walk around and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for a little Autobahn blast. Now, looks wise, I have to say I don't hate the design, but I think it looks a bit generic. I think it looks better on pictures than it does in real life, but that is also maybe partly the weather. Now, as you can see, very narrow headlights. They have something called the X bar on the front, so that is basically like a big X on the front, and then a couple of headlights down there actually. So I think this is just daytime running light, and that is actually the headlight. Quite low. Yeah, I don't think it looks that interesting. It just looks pretty good. It's not, you know, there's nothing there to offend, which I think is the goal, basically, just to make something that everyone kind of feels like it's okay, but it's not revolutionary. Something that is revolutionary is the fact that we've got these cameras on top. Well, actually 2 cameras and 1 LiDAR system. 2 8-megapixel cameras and the LiDAR that look up to 800 meters ahead. And this is for autonomous driving, of course. Now, I do have to say it is but ugly. I don't really understand this. I feel like this camera could have been integrated in here. The LiDAR could have been integrated in there. I mean, there's probably a reason why they didn't do that, but this looks really bad. This just looks like a test vehicle basically, and I don't think it's a very good look. So yeah, I'm curious. I'm going to ask later why they didn't integrate it in there, but for now this is really ugly. Wheels, we've got these Bridgestone Potenza tires, 20-inch. You can also get 21-inch, so that is more a performance-oriented wheel with a performance-oriented tire. This wheel comes with a range-oriented tire basically, so your range is also hurt by going for the 21-inch. I think it went from like 580 to 508 kilometers, so that is quite a big difference actually. Air suspension there. More cameras on the side, in the mirrors as well. We've got these handles that flush, so they, oh, that's nice, thank you for showing me. So they come out and then you can open the door. Now, one of the most important things, or one of the most impressive things I think, is the space inside the car. So it's quite a big car. It's 2 meters wide almost, 3 meters 6 centimeters wheelbase, and that means that you can sit in here very comfortably. So yeah, this is a lot of space, and then a little screen there to operate your climate. It's got ventilated, heated and massage seats front and rear. A lot of light in here from the roof as well. And well, the materials are all pretty good, very soft, finishing pretty damn good. The seat shape is not great, so I feel like long distances, both the front and the rear seats, you would get, I don't know, a bit tired from that, because there's not a lot of shape, so you slide around a little bit. But space is very impressive, and we've got ambient lighting all around the car. And it also has soft close, so automatically closes the doors. At the rear we've got an LED bar, ET7 logo right there, and a camera on the rear as well. But again, you know, design wise, yeah, there's nothing really special about it. I'm honestly struggling to find something to to highlight, I've got a little integrated spoiler there in the trunk lid. So this car, the NIO ET7, comes with a 75 kilowatt hour battery pack and a 100 kilowatt hour battery pack. We've got the 100 today. That means 652 horsepower and 850 newton meters of torque, which is pretty damn impressive. That is a lot of power, especially for the money. I mean, this is like 97,000 euros in the Netherlands, and that means that you have everything. There are hardly any options apart from the color and the wheels. I think that is basically it. So value for money, you get a lot of power, quite a big range, so 580 I think it was, but I think real world you should look at like 500 kilometers range, which would be doable. That is quite impressive. Interior is very light in this spec, which I quite like, and we've got a 12.8 screen right there, 10.2 right there, and well, this menu a bit, basically a copy of a Tesla menu, but the screen works really well. The response is very good, it's smooth, operates well, so yeah, nothing to complain here. I mean, I guess it's better to copy something well than to try to reinvent it badly, but it is just a copy. And then, as you can see, we've got a little personal assistant on the dash there. He's called Nomi. So if you say, "Hey Nomi,"
I am here.
You can say whatever you want.
Could you say that again?
Yeah, doesn't understand that.
I still don't get it. Sorry for that.
Hey Nomi.
But I'm learning. Hi there.
I'm hot.
No problem.
Hey Nomi.
Hey.
Open the windows.
Okay.
So it can do quite a lot of stuff. Apparently it is relatively intelligent. I'm not really for this kind of stuff. I don't really need it in my car, but as we've talked about before, with this move to electric cars, there are fewer ways to set yourself apart from the others. So it basically comes down to interior stuff, luxuriousness, gadgets and stuff like that. So I think they kept it quite simple in here, which I do like. You know, none of the Mercedes-Benz hyperscreen flashiness, but this you don't need that. You really don't. And when it turns, so sometimes it turns to you or to the passenger, and you can constantly hear the little thing moving, which is quite annoying. All right, so we can adjust the steering wheel by using these buttons right here. We've seen that before, I think, as well, right? There are a lot of Tesla things in here. What else? Okay, so I just called Martijn to get in here, but something really annoying I just found out. I'm not sure if you can change that, but every time you open and close the door, the seats go back. The seat goes back to like a preset position, which I don't want. So that is kind of annoying. Okay, let's go for a drive. That is the gear selector. And we're off. So we are now going to head back to NIO. And on the way there, we'll talk a bit about what it's like to drive this car. Now, I have to say that comfort-wise, you know, it is very, very spacious. It is also very quiet in here, and I actually quite like that. I think the air suspension feels solid. The chassis feels solid. Can't complain about that really. Okay, so we're going to do a 0 to 100 test right here, which means I have to go to this menu right here. My ET7, no, driving. And then go to Sport Plus. Tap again, no, we know, lowering ride height, all right. So we're going to do a 0 to 100 measurement as well. Of course it is wet and we don't have a full charge, but we are just going to floor it in 3, 2, 1. It is supposed to do 0 to 100 in 3.8 seconds. And I can't see what that actually was, but Martijn will tell me in a minute. I have to say that the engines themselves, the electric motors, the electric motors are also very quiet, which I also quite like. Turning circle, not bad. Yeah, so it is actually, power delivery is pretty good as well. That is not bad.
3.78.
Oh, the second one or the first one?
The first one.
And the second one?
3.9.
All right.
At 3.58 to 60.
So that is not bad. 3.8, hit the mark in the wet. Good job, NIO. Now, something that is a bit behind the competition is the charging. So you can charge up to 140 kilowatts at a fast charger, which means for this 100 kilowatt hour model, that would be around 40 minutes from 10 to 80% charge, which other brands are doing in, well, less than 20, I think, nowadays. So that is a bit behind the competition. Fast charging is of course dependent also on a lot of different factors, like how many people are charging there. So I'm not a big fan of that. Moving on to something they are well ahead at when you look at the competition is the fact that they can get this car from 0 to 100% charge in 5 minutes. And the way they do that is they actually swap out the battery. So they have swapping stations, which the car can drive into by itself. The car can drive into it by itself, and it aligns itself, and then from the bottom it unscrews basically the battery pack and replaces it with a new one, and then it charges up the old one, and they have like 13 battery packs in that swapping station. Now they are currently working on that and currently working on expanding that, but they told us that probably next year, if you want to go skiing in Austria, you would have to stop twice in Germany, which would take you 5 minutes twice, and you would be able to drive your NIO to Austria from the Netherlands. Because up until now that has been quite a big, you know, restraint for electric cars. The fact that you can't really do long distances without stopping a lot of times, because you need to recharge and you have to stop for like 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So yeah, that is a really good thing about NIO, and I hope that they are going to be able to get that rolled out quickly. Now, top speed is limited at 200 kilometers an hour. That was very weird. It was still accelerating, but the speedo told me 200. Can you please look at the draggy?
Yeah.
Okay, so accelerating from 160. We are hitting 200 now. But now is the moment it starts slowing down. So it's
204.
204. Okay, so that is kind of weird. But very quiet actually. For 204 kilometers an hour, that is not bad. So we're also going to do a 100 to 200 measurement, which we're going to do here. So full throttle. So, chief data analyst,
13.41.
13.41, which is not 650 horsepower. So we have around half a charge left. I think that is definitely hurting the power. Can you look at a BMW i4 M50?
It's the exact same as a Model S100D.
Okay. So that is also a 100 kilowatt hour battery pack. But this is supposed to have a bit more power, I think. So it should have been faster. So in conclusion, actually a very good contender for a new EV vehicle in Europe. I have to say that for me, as a petrol head, I still see electric cars just as a mode of transportation. And this kind of confirms that, you know, it does all the driving bits very well, but there's nothing else there. I do quite like the design of this NIO ET7. I like the steering wheel, the interior is very clean. We've got this very clean looking key, which I quite like, and we've got a wireless charger for your phone down here, which is super convenient as well. Dolby Atmos surround sound with 23 speakers, so all the hardware is there. It's doing very well on that front, and the only thing that really lets it down for now is the charging speed, which should be fixed by the swapping stations, and the fact that, you know, 652 horsepower should be a lot quicker than this, even when you have half a charge. So it will be interesting to see in the future what they will come up with, and how the cars will perform. It is a direct-to-consumer product, so if you're interested, go check out NIO. You can download the app and check out everything on the car front. As I said, value for money wise, it is a very interesting new car. So yeah, curious to see what the future will bring. I hope you enjoyed this short introduction into the NIO ET7. Thank you very much for watching. You can check out this video on the right, this playlist on the left, or you can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. See you at the next one. Bye.